Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 24 of your Quebec Nordiques franchise mode, as in today's episode, we are getting through some tough struggles as we're November 27th and we're 12-8-2. To start the season off, we were absolutely insane. We were like 12-4-1. We were having a great start to the season until we got hit with the injury bug. And it wasn't just that we got hit a little bit, we got hit hard. We won't have Christian Dvorak back until at least February. As you guys can see, he's out until January 30th. Not just that, Taylor Hall is also out until the end of the month, which I don't think this Quebec Nordiques team could take very much longer before we start falling apart. Now, Christian Dvorak we picked up for one reason only, was to be our defensive guy up on that top line. Now he's gone. Now Nick Shore's having to play there, and it's not turning out too well. Our second line, they're missing Taylor Hall big time. And Kessel, I mean, he just has not been to what we expected him to be. Which is why in today's episode, before we even start anything, we are making some huge fucking deals. We are making some deals that are going to help us defensively, because Phil Kessel, as you guys see there, he's a defensive liability. So we're going to be picking him up. I thought I was going to trade Kailer Yamamoto in today's episode. I really felt like maybe we should, but I feel like that will be one decision that we'll make probably at like draft day or something, because I love Yamamoto and I would like to keep him for at least one more playoff run before we start getting hit hard by salary cap and before he gets locked up on a no movement clause. We can move him all later. I feel like this year we can have him one good year, and he's done great in the playoffs. He's absolutely done terrific in the playoffs. So I feel like trusting Kailer Yamamoto right now is a big thing for us. So let's continue that. But we are going to be making a big trade with Phil Kessel. Of course, we're definitely going to be getting rid of him in today's episode. I know we just picked him up like 20 games ago, but with injuries, it's just you need to make a quick change, and that's the type of change we need for the team, is to go out there and make a couple deals. So that's what we're going to be doing. So the teams that we're going to be making some deals with is the Vegas Golden Knights, which they do not want Phil Kessel, and the other team was the Montreal Canadiens, which they also don't want Phil Kessel. So we're going to trade Phil Kessel to a team that wants him and has enough money for him, and first of all, just to get some picks and get it loaded up so we can go and trade for the guys that we do want to go and acquire. So we'll pick up that, and then picks for next year. For Phil Kessel, will that go through? So we'll take off that second. Will that go through? No. We'll take off the third. We'll go for the second and the fourth. No. We'll go just for the second. No. They do not want to do that deal, so they do not really want Phil Kessel. Okay, that's okay. We'll look towards different teams and maybe making a deal. I think we might have to make just some kind of move with Montreal so they could just take Phil Kessel, because right now we're really not finding any teams that really want to do any trades with us. Dallas does, though. They do want Phil the Thrill, so we're going to start it off with that. Hopefully, I didn't do any pre-scouting for Phil Kessel. I did do pre-scouting for the players that we are going to be picking up in today's episode, so that's what I did in the last episode there. Yeah, they just... No one wants to pick up Phil Kessel, so we're going to have to deal with a deal with Montreal, and that's just the way that's going to have to work. So Montreal is the first team that we're going to be picking up. Of course, they did want to trade a couple of their players right now, and Domi, Toffoli, and Hurdle and Anderson. And the guy that we're aiming at, Josh Anderson, perfect third line guy. He has a 2-year contract at 3.60, which is perfect for the team like us. He fits up on that first line if we do choose to play him up on that first line alongside of Larkin and Dansk. We'll have to see, but I feel like this deal, not even of course, but I feel like picking up Josh Anderson for the team is going to be a player that will be joining us for a pretty good amount of years. So we're going to be throwing one of our like kind of top 6 defenders, some of our depth picks to kind of them for Josh Anderson, which we will also add in a second overall selection for Josh Anderson as well. So we're loading up them with a bunch of prospects. There are rebuilding teams, so this will help them out by us trading them a bunch of prospects that might turn out to be good. And I mean, Josh Anderson, he's nothing too special, right? He's kind of having an off year this year. He's kind of struggling. I feel like this deal would be good for both teams as we make a big deal with our rivals, the Montreal Canadiens. Hopefully those players don't turn out to be anything good. But now we do get Josh Anderson on the team, and I know they're going to complain about us trading away a quality player. He wasn't really a quality player. He was just a piece of fucking junk on the goddamn team. A waste of fucking ash. So, Dubé, Perfetta, Anderson, I think will be the line for that second line. It's going to be a nice solid line, and I think Anderson, because he's had good years where he's lit the fucking post up, right? Last year he had 25 goals. The other year he had 27 goals. So I feel like if we put Josh Anderson in the right position right now, I feel like he could definitely light it up for the Quebec Nordiques. Next up, we are also going to be picking another guy up once we fix the fucking... No, we're just going to hit best lines for right now, and we'll come back and edit them right afterwards, because we are definitely going to be doing, like, brand spanking new lines. We also wanted another player named Mikael Backlund. Now, I wanted him for the fact of the matter is he is such a good defensive player, and I think he'd be such a lethal defender to have on the Quebec Nordiques, and I think he's going to help us out a lot for this little rebuild that we're going to be, this little real tool that we're having right now. I think he's going to help us out a lot, kind of be able to adjust throughout this retool, and I feel like he's definitely going to be a key piece to the team and helping us kind of turn our year around. So we do need to trade a salary cap player back, which there's absolutely fucking nobody. We are practically just dead-ass broke, so I don't think we're going to be able to make this deal with them, which is fine. We'll have to deal without Mikael Backlund and just wait for players to come back in the lineup. The league approves it, so let's put a couple picks there. So 2 fourths, and then a rookie skater. We'll throw in Finley, another low top 9 prospect to the Vegas Golden Knights. Will that go through? It does not. They do not want to retain that amount of money, so I'm fine with that. We're going to keep the lineups just the way that it is. We have pretty good depth already as it is, so let's make the lineups the way that we need to. So, let's take a look here. So I'm not liking how that line is right now. So we'll throw Nick Shore up there with Appleton and Kapanen, which sucks that we weren't able to get Backlund, but it's just the way that shit has to be right now. So Yamamoto, Larkin, Dansk, I'll do that. But, I mean, Dansk is a power forward, am I right? Yeah, so we'll keep Josh Anderson down there with Perfetta and Dubé. And then once we get better depth, Anderson will definitely be going into that top 6, or that bottom tier of the lineups. But right now, Josh Anderson fits with Perfetta and Dubé. Defensively, I think we're going to go with Haydn Fleury up in the top pairing, because Miro Heiskanen is just not doing very well with Ulanov. So we're going to do Heiskanen and Honka, and Fleury and Ulanov, and then keep McDonagh and Adam Pelch the same. Special teams-wise, Dansk, Larkin, Perfetta, I like that. I'll have Josh Anderson up there to play that 1T. Well, take Haydn Fleury off, because he's not going to be a huge goal scorer on here anyways in the first place. We'll throw Kapanen in that one time, Dubé, Yamamoto. I'm going to be glad once we get our players back in lineup to help us out on this, on our PK a bit, because it's not the greatest thing in the world. So we're going to throw Yamamoto. Does Perfetta? No, we'll keep it that way, and then we'll throw Josh Anderson here. And then take McDonagh off, because I like Julius Honka better as an offensive guy for the team. And throw... I think we'll throw Kapanen back on there. We'll do that for the team. Okay. Lowry, Dubé, Appleton, Shore. I wish we had some better... I think that's why we picked up Josh Anderson, for that reason why. So Josh Anderson could be our defensive guy. And then Dubé, Lowry. I like Lowry as our big defensive guy, because he's just such a good defensive piece to the team. And then Appleton and Anderson. And that is looking pretty damn good. The PK, picking up Josh Anderson has definitely kind of changed up the team a little bit, given a little bit more of a defensive presence to the team. And I'm hoping it helps out. I mean, it doesn't make the team deeper, but with the lineup changes that we did make, I'm hoping the team can perform without... Dude, Josh Anderson, you haven't even played a game with us, bro. We just traded for you, motherfucker. Just take the fucking chance that you got. You're playing up on a second line. You're going to do good with the team that you're on right now. We cannot afford Pontus Aberg. That's without a doubt. We cannot afford that motherfucker. So best lines down in the AHL. Noel Gunler, we need to move up a little bit so he's not on such a bad line. And then Shamalski, I want to move you up to that top line, because you're one of our big prospects right now. And Vishanovsky as well, our the other brother of what's his... I always forget his fucking name. Our other Vishanovsky, Vitaly Vishanovsky, the famous first overall pick for the Quebec Nordiques, who really did not pan out to be too good and got Dylan Larkin in the end of things. So there we go. A couple big wins there by the Quebec Nordiques, and we're right back up in first place, which is a spot where we want to be right now. We want to be in that first place position and definitely have a very good power over everyone right now. And we're playing like it. We're playing like some real good hockey right now, which I'm happy about, right? We need to continue that and keep playing that good hockey. And we need to start winning games. That's without a doubt. This division is a very tight division. It is one of the best divisions, I think, out of the entire league. So for us to continue to play well, I think that's definitely a big thing that we need to continue on and to keep playing hard, because we need every single win that we can get right now. And especially picking up Josh Anderson. I think he had like 2 goals, 5 assists or something like that. We'll have to check, but we'll have to see how well he did with the Quebec Nordiques in his first couple games here with the team. Connor Garland, that's not too bad of a player. I would not mind him picking him up for depth, but I already feel like there we go. But we're going to wait. He has a concussion, so we're going to wait until the end of the month to put him back in the lineup, because right now I feel like this is not going to be good timing for him to get back in the lineup, and then all of a sudden he just does not play very well. I want him back at full health and be fully prepared to jump back in that lineup. That's the way I want him to be. So there we go, boys. The Nordiques are 20-14-3 and placing in 4th, and we finally get our boy Taylor Hall back in the lineup, which is perfect. That's what we need. Hopefully he could stay healthy. But let's take a look at Josh Anderson, see how well he's been doing on the team. In his first month, he's only had 3 goals, 1 assist, and 4 points in 15 games. Definitely not a big point-producing guy for the team right now. We will take Nick Shore out of the lineup and throw Yamamoto down on that third line. Actually, I want to Dubé, so we'll have Hall, Perfetta, Anderson, Dubé, Larkin, Dance. So we'll go with that lineup and see how that goes for the team. Taylor Hall is back in lineup, so means he's back on the power play, baby. So we're going to get that man's back up on that top power play there. Josh Anderson back on the lower. We do have a lot of right-handers down on this one. I feel like Perfetta wouldn't be too bad of a decision to kind of swap out for us right now, and then Perfetta play that centerman position. Dubé played there. 4-man power play. We need to get Taylor Hall back in here as well. Get him put back in the lineup. I'm hoping he can fully play healthy now, because we really need this motherfucker back in the lineup. He's a big leader for the team. He's just, overall, he's a big player, right? He's a big player for the Quebec Nordiques scoring-wise, and to get him back in lineup is absolutely awesome. I mean, Kailer Yamamoto is ripping it up. 25 goals in 37 games. He's having a crazy season right now, so hopefully he can continue that dominance. So we're just going to be waiting for Christian Dvorak to come in at the end of the month from his separated shoulder injury, and we will practically be back to full bill of health. Hopefully no one else gets injured, but right now we're looking like a strong team. I have full belief if we don't get any more injuries and we build that depth up for a little bit more for that playoff series, I feel like we could definitely take on whoever we're going to be facing in that first round of playoff action, as we are in second place in the division, and we are on a mad dog point streak right now. Out of this entire month, we have gotten a point out of every single game, which is crazy. Ooh, Drake Kajula. I love Drake Kajula because I think we had Kajula for, oh, there we go. There's our first regulation loss of the month, and that was on the 18th. So 18 days in, we didn't take one single loss. That is crazy. And there we go. Our man Christian Dvorak is back in lineup, which means we will just send down Seeley, which we do not need him. And we'll wait for Christian Dvorak to go back in lineup, because we'll just wait until we have a full bill of health from him and he's fully healthy and ready to go, as he's recovered from his injury. So we'll simulate that New York Islanders game, and we're 28-16-5. Good season for the Quebec Nordiques, as Cali Dents, 31 goals. He's absolutely ripping it up for the Quebec Nordiques this season. And how well is that first line going with Dubé, Larkin, and Dubé's not doing very well up on that first line. He's just never really, he's not doing too bad point-wise. I just don't think he's doing too good wise on that lineup, which we'll try Christian Dvorak, I think. We'll throw Anderson down here. Kapanen back down depth-wise. We'll take Jason Dickinson out of the lineup, and we'll throw our boy Christian Dvorak back in the lineup for the team, and he'll go up on that top line. And that should be looking pretty mint. So Dvorak back up on that first line. Hopefully he can get back up to producing with that line. And how well's all been since he's got back in lineup? He has been a point per game for the Quebec Nordiques. Just imagine if we had this team like fully, like at a full bill of health. It would have been a deadly team this year. It would have been one of the best teams in the NHL. But since injuries has kind of hit us hard, we have not been able to do our to our fullest. We haven't been able to play to our best, and now with the full team back, I think we're going to be really ripping it up, and I think we're going to have a fantastic season for the Quebec Nordiques. So let's get everyone back in lineup. I think Christian Dvorak will be better than Lowry in that position, just as a better PK guy. Christian Dvorak there. He's our PK guy. Christian Dvorak is the reason why we picked him up, is because we wanted him to be our big defensive player, and that's what he is. He's going to be for the team. So hopefully we could continue that for the Quebec Nordiques. So let's keep on the simulation of moving here for the Nordiques, as we're going to be getting close to trade deadline. I don't think we're going to make any moves, but if we do keep losing games like this, I think we might have to, for fuck's sakes. As the Anaheim Ducks are coming up next. Okay, and we get a shootout loss, so we get a point from that game, but we really need to start getting some wins right now here, boys. As there's a big win there against Montreal Canadiens. If we get another loss, I gotta change up the lineups, because if we can't win games right now, I think we're gonna have to throw Dylan Dubé back up on that first line if we're gonna be struggling like this, boys. Jesus Christ, I'm not liking the way that we. Yeah, you need to play better out there, Dvorak. If you're not playing good, we need you out there, buddy. We really fucking need you. Fuck, man. Dvorak needs to stop being a piece of shit. We have him on a fucking no movement clause. Is he going to be like a fucking Mikhail Bodker of the Quebec Nordiques this time? Fuck, man. We really need him to play good right now. We need him. We need him as a player to play good. So let's continue this here, boys. We need to keep getting some big W's. Evgeny going to Winnipeg. Nice big trade there. Ellis, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad deal for us, but I don't think we have enough salary cap to do that right now. Big win there against the Nashville Predators. Is we're starting to win some games here. We're on like a 5-game winning streak. That's a great way to kind of boost your confidence right back up, and then we get a point from that game as well from the Rangers. We just need to keep carrying on wins right now, boys. That's what we need to do. That's the most important thing. Is a big loss here against the Detroit Red Wings, and a big win there against the Edmonton Oilers, as we're second place in the division, and we're playing pretty damn good. I mean, we are playing pretty damn good, if you say so myself. We struggled off a little bit to the start of that month, but overall we finished the month off not too bad, right? I mean, I don't think we finished it off too bad. Yamamoto, holy fuck, is that kid ever killer whenever he plays in our lineup. But how well is Dvorak doing? He's not doing too bad. Taylor Hall is fucking ripping it up. He's ripping up the league since he came back in the lineup, and I'm happy to see that he is. Josh Anderson, also, how well has he been doing with the Quebec Nordiques? As yeah, he's really picked it back up. 11 goals, 12 assists. He's really picked it up from his early slumps there. Miro Haskinainen, a -15. He's really just not been able to find a partner to play with. I think what we're going to do is do Honka, Ulanov, and then Fleury and Haskinainen. I think we're going to give it a try right now. I think that might work a little bit better for Haskinainen, but he just seems to really not be doing very well out there for the team. And I don't think we're going to be able to do any more big trades, I don't think. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything else, because I don't want to trade anything else. We already traded away a lot just to pick up Josh Anderson from our picks and stuff like that, and prospects, and I'd rather keep this team young. So let's get to the end of the season for the Quebec Nordiques. Hopefully we can keep on performing. Maybe we could take over that first place divisional spot, because we knew how deadly it was last year and how like we got kicked out of the first round in 4 games by the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'd rather be in a first place divisional spot right now and not have to face the Panthers or the Sens or whatever. I'd rather be able to face an easier team to kind of get us in the playoffs, right? I mean, we need that kind of start for us, as we're getting some big wins there, as we had another 5-game winning streak for the Quebec Nordiques, but now we go in a couple of games. There we go, big win there against the Arizona Coyotes, and then we lose against San Jose. We need to get a bit more wins together here at Quebec. Big win there against the Carolina Hurricanes. We got to catch up to Tampa. They're really running away with that first place spot right now. Big 2 wins there against Florida and Dallas. And another one. We're only a couple points back. We need to carry in a couple more here, boys. Callie Dance out with a mild concussion. All right, we'll just replace him. That'll be okay. He'll be back in the lineup in no time. Winnipeg, can we get it? Oh, for fuck's sakes, guys. Stop getting fucking injured before the start of the playoffs, for fuck's sakes. We'll keep him out of the lineup for right now because we need him full. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Where's the injuries coming from here, boys? Jesus. So we'll have to throw a D-man there for right quick. And then throw him in his centerman spot. Appleton. Yes, put him right there. And then our right. And then we need... Who do we need? Oh, yeah, Dickinson. Dickinson there. There we go. Now I'm ready. Ready to continue on the sim here for the Nordiques. Big win there. We have first place. We have a 5-point lead for first place right now. We are absolutely playing crazy to end off the season. What a way to start up the season and end the season. I mean, 7-4. Oh my god, we really ran away with that lead. We started dominating, man, near the end of that season. Let's see how many wins we got in a row. Like, how many? So it started with Dallas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in a row. The Quebec Nordiques won to march themselves in first place of the division. And, I mean, oh my god, I'm speechless. That's fucking nuts, man. How well he did to finish off the season. We're going to get the second best divisional team, which will be the Philadelphia Flyers. So it'll be Quebec versus Philly. That should be an exciting series to watch. But Quebec, they really took that. They took that lead. Best goal scoring team in the league. Defensively, we definitely did step back up defensively. Definitely not one of the best defensive teams in our division, but we definitely took that step up from last year. Quebec, one of the best power play teams and one of the best penalty killing teams as well. What a great year for the Quebec Nordiques. I mean, not as great as last year. I mean, Larkin really ripped it up last year. But, I mean, injuries really took us hard this year. They really did. I mean, you take a look at Taylor Hall, how well he did with the amount of time he had. And had 61 fucking points. That is nuts. But everyone else, we really did step it up. Larkin, Dansk, and Dvorak. I mean, where's Dvorak at? 27 points. Dvorak played his position. He really did. He did well with the position that he was given. And I'm excited to see how well he'll play in the playoffs for the Quebec Nordiques. So we'll have to see how well he'll do there. But everyone else, like you take a look, Perfetta had a career season this year. I mean, 72 points. He really he laid it on the ball. He said that he was going to do better this year, and he really did, alongside of Dylan Dubé and Taylor Hall. They really ripped it up, and I cannot wait to see how that line performs in the future. Josh Anderson, what a third-line pickup this guy was. 31 points this year in just 58 games was killer. Appleton, Kapanen was killer as well, down in depth-wise. But offense, we definitely were a killer. Huskinainen, he started playing a lot better when he was thrown together with Haydn Fleury, which Haydn Fleury, also another killer year for this guy, and I'd even think he had that type of season in him, but he really killed it out there this year. Ulanov and then Julius Honka as well did pretty damn good. And then Binnington, he struggled goaltending-wise this year with an 898, but he did have a kind of a rough midway season, so hopefully he could step back up in the playoffs when it does come to that situation, because we really need him to play some big-time hockey. I do not think we have any rookie skaters in there, so we really don't have to worry about that. But overall points, we don't have anybody overall points in there. Kelly Dance was not far off from being the most, if he played the last couple of games, I bet you not he would have been toe-to-toe with Nate McKinnon, Sagan, and Kane. He was so close to getting 50 goals this year. He was so close. He's been climbing his way up and almost got there, but just was a step further away. So Quebec Nordiques, great season. I'm hoping to see Kelly Dance hit 50 goals next year, and hopefully he can help us out in the playoffs this year. As our first round opponent, we got to go up against the Philadelphia Flyers, which our first line faces up against Antonio Stranges, Sean Couturier, and Brendan Perlini. I felt like we faced this team before, have we? Really felt like we have before. If I could spell Philadelphia's name right. Yes, we did. Way back in what episode was that? That was in March 31st, episode 16. So we didn't face them not long ago. This is still probably the same looking team that we faced not that long ago. So we have Robbie Fabro, Claude Giroux, Jacob Voracek. Then they got Joel Farabee, Nolan Patrick, Kevin Haynes, Sam Bennett, Travis Konechny, and oh my god, Travis Konechny is on the fucking fourth line, dude. You shitting on me? What the fuck are you guys doing with him, bro? You're like ruining him. but at least I mean, they're performing well. I mean, they're not doing that bad. I think Shane Gostisbehere, Dmitry Orlov, this is where we got to take advantage of. Their defense is garbage. You take advantage of that. I mean, Carter Hart's going to be a pretty tough opponent to go up against, but I mean, if you could take advantage of that very weak defense core, I feel like we could definitely run away with this series, but we got to bring our A game to this playoff series. We really do. We got to bring our A game because I'm aiming for that Stanley Cup. I built the team this year to win the Stanley Cup. With how many expiring contracts, this is no way that this team will be able to probably do it next year. So for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.